Hey guys, it's Agent, and today we are going to be looking at Transformers Earthrise War for Cybertron Trilogy Grapple. Now, I found this guy at Walmart well before all this COVID stuff happened, and I finally got around to finishing my honey-do list, so I'm going to take the time to do this, but I am actually really like this guy. He's got a lot of nostalgia built into him, and they did an excellent job. And I mean, he's obviously going to be remolded as Inferno because, you know, they're pretty much the same vehicle, especially in G1. And so let's just get down to it. So the first thing, we're going to do the box. So there's the box, there's the side, there's the back, and there's the side, and there's the top. So there is one of these things, and I'm going to mention that because right here it shows that that will connect to there. We'll go over that. I do not have one though. He also comes with a set of instructions, which I think this set of instructions is very well done. Very easy to understand what's going on in here. And I mean, it doesn't take much to get them from one form to the other, and once you get it down, it's pretty quick. And if you had the G1 Grapple, you're going to notice a lot of similarity in the way that transforms. So we're going to put that off to the side and take a look at his vehicle mode. So here's that, and you've got a lot of molded in details on here. You got stuff on the side here. You got this little piece that, you know, in a normal crane would come out and stabilize it. So maybe they call it a stabilizer. I don't know. This is his gun, so we'll remove that. You have painted details there and there. You can see some pins, which, you know, I'm okay with that. But you get some detail built in right there, right at the end. On the side, they did a good job of hiding this this piece right here and covering it with some molded detail. And on the front, slide that out of the way, you have, say, clear plastic. Well, I think the whole front end is just clear plastic, and they painted it because the paint is done really well. It's a little bit off, but it matches other areas quite decently, so they did a good job with that. The headlights are that same color, which is what makes me think this whole thing is that. When I start transforming it, we'll look a little deeper. The other side looks exactly the same. He's got wheels. These back ones, the whole thing turns, and on the front one, just the wheel turns. Here is another piece. We'll just remove that. And let's see, this piece here is removable as well. That becomes that little blaster thing that goes on his hand. Articulation in here. The crane will go all the way around. It will go all the way, well, all the way that far. And then you can bring it up, and it goes in and out. And you got the hook on the end, which swings around. And if you go like this, you can grab this piece and set it up right in there. So now he's got a grapple. The other part which I was mentioning is there inside of here there is this little clip, and that is for those new bridge transition pieces that you can get. And it shows it as you can sit there and put it like this, and put that out and attach it, and then you can connect them to a base mode or something like that. Let's see if I can move this down a little bit. So you can connect it to a base mode or something, or use them as a tow truck. I'll whip that around, we'll take that off. He does roll very nicely. His wheels, I mean, when you're looking at it like this, it doesn't seem like it would work very well, but there is just enough clearance where everything rolls really decently. It's nice. Yeah. I also noticed that these pieces will come off. I don't know why. I don't recall seeing it in the instructions that they did that. If you know, just put it in the comments, let me know. But all right, so yeah, that's vehicle mode. Very good vehicle mode. And we are going to compare him with the Screamer, which I actually got him the same day. I saw both these guys and I had to pick them up. But as you can see, Screamer is a lot bigger. Just in vehicle mode, he's a lot bigger. And as he should be. I mean, he's a truck. And then I don't have G1 Grapple, but I do have a G1 Inferno. So you can see why there's a lot of nostalgia here for this guy with me. They did a good job of bringing the G1 transformation back with this. I mean, it's almost dead on as to how they did it. I mean, there's a few changes, but it's still almost dead on. But speaking of transformation, how about we go ahead and just get started with that? Yeah, let's do that. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to push that in like so, and then I'm going to rotate that all the way around. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece right here, and I'm going to just bring that up. There's a pin here and a pin here, which go into, where are they? There they are. Yeah, there's pins right here. Pinholes, that's where those go. So there's that. And then this is why I was going to show you, like, once we separate this, which is at that pin there, you bring that around, clip that in, and this is all that. I think this is that whole, well, no, I was wrong. Certain pieces are that clear plastic. Looks like, yeah. So the whole outside is not. It's just the windshield lights, and these lights up top are the clear plastic. Now, people make mistakes. I never actually looked in there. I was so excited to get that guy. So there we go like that, and we'll put that, we'll turn the arms, and these lock in right up top here. There's a pin there and a hole, and then these go in the windows. And then we're going to move one hand out, and we're going to move the other hand out like so. And then as you can see, I mean, we're almost there. The next step would be to remove this piece from the back here, and for that we just pull it at those pins right. These ones are always tight. That pin and that hole. So, but yeah, as you can see, they're tight. You gotta wiggle those out of there. And so just take that whole piece and just let that flop. And then the next step is the legs. Just rotate that down and then swing her back. It makes a nice leg there. Same thing here, only we'll do it from the way you can see it. So that rotates out, and then this comes back. This tab will go into that hole right there and click in. Okay. And then go like that. And then here's where it's fun. I like this part. It's a big old accordion. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this piece and we're going to rotate it to reveal the head. Then we're going to accordion this all up. So that goes there, and there's a tab in a tab hole. So that's there. Tab hole right there. So that doesn't come out. And then tab and tab hole right there. And then when this comes up, there's actually right on the top where these horns are, there are little tabs on them that clip into right there and right there. And it just hangs on the outside. And, oh, I let it all, there we go. So that's now in there. And then this piece up here, bring that back up. This piece right here, what we're going to do is it rotates down and fills that gap right here. There. That's all. That is it. So yeah, I mean, honestly, that's a really, really good looking figure. He's got holds true to the original G1 styling, and he's got a lot more articulation for sure. So, all right. Now, on to his accessories. In this mode, I only went over the one, which was the Grapple, which is right here. Now, obviously, you can store this on him wherever you want. You can put it there. You can flip this around, and you can put it right here at the base. can put it on his leg, you can put it on, it doesn't fit there, but you can put it on his leg, or you can put it on his upper arm right here, or you can put it in right here, or right there. You know, put it wherever you want. There's tons of places to put this thing. Lots of storage options. That doesn't look right. That one doesn't look right, so we'll just set that there. So what you can do now in the G1, they could always take their hands and they would move them out and they would have an attachment on them. So there is another place that you can put that grapple. Hence, grapple. Yeah, okay. You get this little silver piece right here, and that can go on there too. And generally you would see him in that configuration in the G1 cartoons. He would have that little thing hanging out, and he would spray stuff from it. Can't guarantee that's the same hand it's supposed to be on. That's where I'm putting it. And then you get his gun, which is a solid hunk of black plastic with tabs, 5mm tabs, tabs on the side and on the bottom, so that way he can hold it. It's got some molded detail built in right there. I don't know how well you can see that in there. It's kind of like that, yep. And the same thing on this side, and then you got your lines and stuff. No paint, just plastic, and that will go right there in his hand. And he does hold it quite nicely. So yeah, great figure. Now, there's his face, and they did a great job with that. As you can see, it's very well detailed, very well painted. Those blue eyes just really pop out there. And yeah, it is on a mushroom peg, so it does a complete 360. Yeah, and he doesn't really look up, he doesn't really look down unless you untab the sides there. As for arm articulation, let's get this gun out of here. He does a complete 360 all the way around. He will go up that far, and the way they have this molded in here is it actually looks like he's got a little bit of arm there, like his underarm gear or whatever you want to call it. He's also got upper arm rotation, which you can see his mushroom peg. He's got elbow bend, which is almost 90 degrees. They did the same thing there. They kind of filled it in. So you pull it out that far, and it kind of looks like he's got a little bit of piston or something going on there, and a little bit of detail right there. His hands are just molded to hold it. You can actually have the individual fingers, so it's not just well, it's not individual. You can see the individual fingers with the way it's molded, but they do not move. The only thing that happens is they rotate, so you can flip that around and put that grapple in there. Or let's see, does this fit in there like that? No, that does not fit in there like that. I just thought I would try it. And rotate that back out. And he also has a waist rotation, so he's got something up on the screamer there. It will go, well, if you move this out just a little bit, it will go all the way around. Okay, and it will go all the way up there, and it will go all the way back. He also has knee joint, and it looks all right from there, that angle. And you got the, did I say the upper thigh rotation? It's got the upper thigh rotation. His knees will go forward just slightly. You don't ever really have to worry about that. And then you also get ankle tilt, and you get a lot of ankle tilt like that. Another thing you can do is, if you need to, you can actually untab that and tilt the ankle so you can get a little bit more dynamic posing out of him. But other than that, I mean, he is a very well done figure. I really like that. And you know, you transform him, you get all that detail in there. It's very G1-esque. It's like almost entirely. And the reason for that, I mean, here's the G1 Inferno. And it's been a long time since I transformed him, but oh yeah, he still has his rubber wheels, that's for sure. Go like that, and then you untab here, untap here. It's the old figure. Rotate these around, and then the head will just untab from there, and see, look at that. and then it rotates up. That goes in here, and you can actually take the cab, move it forward, so there is a cockpit, and get that just hooked in there, and bring it down, and lock that in. I forgot to pull his face out, but I forgot to put the head out. Let's see, we'll go like that, and we'll get that out of there. I mean, even that's the same. I mean, look, it starts like that, and you just rotate it around. So even that's the same. I mean, how many other people are actually doing this? They're doing grapple, and they're pulling out their G1 figure. And then the arms go like this. These are like back a little bit. There's that, and then the feet. I mean, do you see it? Do you see? It's there. It's there. It's a very good representation of the G1 figure. Not as much articulation. I mean, this guy, you transform him, you definitely get some arm. I do not have his hands, and I do not have his big white wing things there, but I do have a working ladder. And the rubber wheels. I mean, can't complain about that. So, but yeah, as you can see, they did a very good job of bringing the G1 figure and really updating it. So, well, now that we've done the comparison against the G1 with the G1 transformation, we'll just bring Screamer in here, and we'll do the comparison with that. And as you can see, now that they are in robot mode, they are roughly the same size. Screamer looks a little bit shorter just because his head is a little bit lower, but ultimately, you know, if you add these things in, he is taller, but who cares? This guy is amazingly done. Great figure. If you find him, I highly, highly suggest you pick him up. He's definitely gonna be worth it to have in your collection. And if you can find a when they get Inferno, it would be nice to have them standing next to each other because they will look very decent together. But all in all, great figure. Highly suggest getting them. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I wish everybody the best of luck in these times, and until next time.